Ayan, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa isa na namang makabuluhang hapon para sa ating Itulay online tutorial. Ako po ang inyong tutor Janet na makakasama ninyo para sa linggong ito sa ating Math Talino Friday. So tayo po ay nasa ikapitong linggo na po ng ating second quarter. So paumanhin po ninyo na hindi ninyo makakasama din ang aking partner para sa session na to, pero rest assured po na sa darating na week 8, tatry po namin yung best namin na magsasabay na kami ni Tutor Nikki ng ating Math Diwata Tutor. Ayan, so wini-welcome ko po kayo sa week 7. As what I said, tayo po ay nandoon na talaga sa last stretch ng ating topic sa radicals. So amin pong pinapasalamatan. Isinishare ko po yung screen ko ngayon para po sa pag-acknowledge natin ng ating SDO Manila para sa pagpapahiram po nila sa atin ng module para sa week 7, module 9 po tayo ngayon. Pero i-continue pa rin po natin ang ating topic na hindi natapos nung nakaraang week 6. So we will be using module 8 and module 9 for our discussion today with focus of course on module number 9. Ayan, so maraming salamat po. Unahin natin ang pagbate, no? Para matulungan tayo ng ating mga suki naman talaga ng mga taga San Isabela, no? Santiago Isabela. So kasama po natin sa hapon na ito ang maraming mga taga Luis Fe Gomez, Diamantina National High School. Unang-una na dyan si Shane de la Cruz from Milky Way. So kasama niya ang kanyang mga kaklase. So I hope si Shane, si Christine, si Ivy, si Pia, si Pia naman po ay dito naman sa NCR. So siya po ay akin po itong alma mater, Las Piñas National High School. Good afternoon sa iyo, Pia, at sa mga taga Las Piñas. So sana i-share din ng ating mga kasama dyan ang ating live. So we have 30 seconds po, i-devote natin yung 30 seconds para i-share, para mas marami po tayong matulungan sa kanilang lesson sa radicals. Ayan, so pinopromote po natin ngayon, no? So 3 o'clock to 3:40 every Friday. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo kahit ano po ang mangyari sa mga susunod na buwan. Magtutuloy-tuloy po ang programa ng Itulay sa ating bagong tahanan. Tayo po ngayon ay nagla-live na sa ating sariling FB page for DepEd Itulay. So kami po ni Tutor Nikki ay nakakasama ninyo tuwing Math Talino Friday. So Math Talino Day is Friday. So 3 o'clock to 3:40 p.m. Ayan. Si Tutor Nikki po, ang aking partner, ay taga SDO Caloocan City at ako naman po ang inyong lingkod, si Tutor Janet na from SDO Pasay City. So shout out sa mga estudyante namin dyan sa Kalayaan National High School. Ayan. And of course, kasama pa rin natin, hindi talaga tayo iniiwan. Dati pa mula nung unang taon, lagi ko po nababasa ang Doña Magdalena H. Gahud High School from grade 9 Capricorn, si Princess, nasuki talaga natin siya. From grade 9 Capricorn pala si Princess. Hi Princess, so share mo naman ang ating live. Ayan. So, kung maalala nyo po with Tutor Nikki, no, habang pinapakita ko po yung ating topic for this quarter 2, week 7. So, naumpisahan na po ni Tutor Nikki at ni Program Head Tutor Abhil, ang ating Mathematics Bay Tutor Abhil. Sila po muna yung nagkasama last week. Naumpisahan na po nila yung first set of operations, no, adding and subtracting radical expressions po kayo no nakaraan, and you were able to also be introduced with multiplication. So the basic of multiplication na atin pong babalikan para ma-differentiate natin kung ano yung ibang klase pa ng multiplication of radicals na i-discuss ko ngayon. Ayan. So ating tingnan yung ano ba yung pinag-usapan ninyo nung nakaraan. So you were able to perform operations involving radical expressions. Yan po yung itutuloy natin na objective for week 7. And of course, towards the end of the session, hopefully matapos po natin lahat ng example na maaring ma-encounter ninyo when you're solving equations involving radical expressions. Ayan. At habang binabasa niyo po yung mga objectives natin for this session. Akin po uling ina-acknowledge si Isabella May de la Cruz. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Isabella May. Siya ay muli from Luis Fe Gomez Diamantina National High School, Cabanatuan East District, Cabanatuan, Isabela. So it's Cabanatuan, I stand corrected, Santiago yung naisip ko. So it's Cabanatuan East District, Isabela. Ayan. So kasama niya rin ngayong hapon na to. Good afternoon sa iyo, Arwin Rivera. Also from LFG Diamantina National High School. Ayan. So meron pang isang taga Echage West District sa Doña Magdalena, si Christine Rivera. So, siya rin ay grade 9 Capricorn. Ayan, Tsuki talaga natin siya. Still watching si Princess Divine. Ayan, maraming salamat. So, ina-acknowledge din natin ang ating mga parents, ang ating mga home partners para sa patuloy po nilang pagsuporta. So, let's go back to the examples that you were able to multiply nung nakaraang session. So, kung maalala nyo po, isa sa mga example ninyo ay yung square root of 3 times square root of 2, tapos meron din kayong isa pang problem na involving radical expression din na parehas yung index. So, paano nga ba tayo nagmumultiply ng radicals with same index? Balikan natin. So, in the case of square root of 3 and square root of 2, ang ating mga factors, mapapansin po natin na parehas silang nasa loob ng square root. No? So, that's why, ang kailangan lang po nating tandaan sa ganitong klaseng mga example is yung property rule natin or product rule natin for radicals. This means na since meron tayong same index, all we need to do is ilalagay lang sila na magkasama sa isang radical symbol. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon tayo ng isang radical symbol na lang, and that is square root of 3 times 2 na sila, and that is equal to square root of 6. And as a final step, if necessary, isi-simplify whether pwedeng reducing the radicand or reducing the index. So in the case of the example that we have here, na siya rin nyo rin pong ginamit na nakaraan, hindi na natin kailangang i-simplify yung square root of 6 kasi siya na ay nasa simplest form. No? Wala na tayong pwedeng i-factor para magkaroon ng perfect square. Ayan. So let us try number 2. Paano yung number 2? Ayan. So ito yung case naman na meron na tayong variable. So if you will notice, just like our example 1, so yung ginawa ninyo rin po, ay gagamitin pa rin natin yung product property or product rule na tinatawag doon sa module. So what does this mean? So since parehas sila na naka-raise sa 1/4 or naka-4th root, okay, so ang tamang pagbasa po dyan ay 4th root of 4y cubed multiplied by 4th root of 12y squared. Okay, so pwede na uling pagsamahin. Okay, so kukunin lang yung product ng coefficients. That's why we have 48. And of course, applying yung lesson ng grade 7. So kung naalala nyo pa, di ba? Very fresh pa rin yun kasi yun yung last natin na face-to-face, no? Di ba? Nakakamiss mag-face-to-face. So yung lesson yun ng grade 7 was law of exponent. So ano ang ginagawa natin sa exponent kapag parehas ng base? So pinag-a-add. Kaya yung 3 at saka 2 ay pinagsama as 5. So isang expression na lang siya ngayon na 48y raised to 5. So we're getting the 4th root of 48y raised to 5. And this can be further simplified. So kagaya ng binanggit ko, ayan, kailangan nating i-apply yung lesson ng simplification of radicals by reducing the radicand. So pwede nating ma-reduce yung radicand. That means i-split natin yung 48 so that one of the factors is may exact 4th root, and that is equal to 16. No? 16 kasi ay 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So kung check nyo, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So kaya yun yung pinili natin na factor, hindi yung 8, hindi yung 2, but just 16. So 16, pag dinivide mo yung 48 sa 16, ang isa na matitirang sagot ay 3. So yung isa pang factor ng 48 aside from 16 is 3. So kaya nakaseparate siya as another factor kasi siya yung hindi rational. And of course, the same thing will be done. I-split din natin yung y raised to 5 so that, ayan, so magiging 4 at saka 1. Okay, so meron dyan nakasulat na 1 kahit hindi natin siya nakita. So, alam natin na this is 4 plus 1, kaya y raised to 5 yung product niya. And then, finally, pwede na nating isulat yung final answer. Okay, so ang final answer ay 2y times the fourth root. So, don't forget na ibababa yung index, no? So, dito, wala tayong issue kasi square root lang naman siya. Hindi na natin sinusulat yung index. Pero here, don't forget that your given is fourth root. Yung same index mo ay 4. So, kailangan ibababa yung 4. So, the final answer is that 2y times the fourth root of 3y. Ayan. So, yan yung madali lang kasi meron same index. Okay, so sa lesson natin ngayon, itutuloy natin yung multiplication of radicals with different indices. Paano nga ba ang gagawin? Paano kaya yan kung magkaiba yung index ng ating mga factors? Okay, so these are the steps that we need to follow when we multiply such kind of radical expression. Halimbawa, yung isa ay square root, yung isa ay cube root, ano ang ating kailangan gawin? So, isa-isahin natin yung mga steps na kailangan na i-perform when we are multiplying radicals that have different indices. Okay. So, first, ang ating pong gagawin, according dito sa slides na nakita ninyo, is kailangan nating i-change back to rational or fractional exponent siya. So, expression na may rational or fractional exponent. And then afterwards, pag naisulat na siya into an expression or sila, kung of course kung dalawa yung ating factors, pag nasulat na yung mga factors as expressions with rational or fractional exponent, we are now going to change these exponents as similar fractions. Okay? And then, pagka naging similar fractions na sila, pwede mo na silang i-rewrite sa isang single radical. So, kagaya ng ginagawa natin doon sa previous lesson na multiplication of radicals. So, since ibig sabihin ng pagkakaroon nila ng same denominator, pwede na silang i-rewrite as product of a single radical. And then, finally, it's optional kung hindi siya nakasimplify. So, you have to simplify. The fourth step is to always check for further simplification. Simplify the resulting radicand kung kailangan. Ayan. So, I hope binabasa ninyo mga steps kasi yan yung paulit-ulit nating i-recall habang sinasagutan natin yung mga examples. So, allow me to again have some greetings here. So, si Tamika ay still watching. So, anong school ba si Tamika? Yan, hindi ko nabasa sa umpisa kung saang school si Tamika. So, hello Tamika. And of course, si Isabella May na lagi nating nakakasama at lagi ring active na sumasagot sa ating mga tanong later. Okay, later, sana ganun pa rin Isabella. Okay, so let's proceed to our first example ng multiplication of radicals, this time sa ating bagong lesson with different indices. So, we're given here, as first example, square root of 2 times cube root of 4. Ayan. So, ito yung sinasabi ko. So, paano kaya ang gagawin natin ngayon? Meron tayong square root of 2 at cube root of 4 as the factors and we need to get the product ng ating given. So, ang una nating gagawin, sabi dun sa steps, is to change the expression into an expression, or rather yung buong factors, hindi lang isa, change both expressions as expression na merong fractional exponent. So, for square root of 2, ayan, so, ibig sabihin ng square root ay raised to 1/2. So, samantalang yung kasama niya naman, yung multiplier dito, na cube root of 4, so, ibig sabihin nun, that is raised to 1/3. So, meron tayong 2 raised to 1/2 at saka 4 raised to 1/3. Okay, tapos, ayan, that is the first step. So, laging ang unang gagawin ay i-change natin to an expression with fractional exponents, yung mga factors. And then, sabi din doon, gawin nating parehas, similar fraction by getting the LCD. So, ang LCD ng so parang ito, yung mga index natin, 2 at saka 3. Ang index natin ay 2 at saka 3. So, ano bang LCM ng 2 at saka 3? Okay, the answer is, ayan, nasagot na ni Isabella May. So, ayun yata yung sagot niya, 6. So, since ang ating given ay 1/2 tsaka 1/3, ang LCD ng mga fraction na yan ay 6. So, pwede natin gawin na i-change natin yung 1/2, okay, at saka yung 1/3 in such a way that their denominator is both equal to 6. Okay. So, ano ang shortcut natin dyan? Normally, lalo na sa unit fraction, ang tinuturo sa atin ng elementary, ako naalala ko yan, parang yan, no? 2 times 1. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang ay magiging, okay, 4. So, ang ating multiply, in other words, dito ay 2. Kasi, kailangan nga na maging 6. So, ito ay ita-times sa 2/2. So, magiging 2/6. Ayan. So, 4 raised to 2, 6. At yung isa naman, okay, so ang ipang-times mo naman sa kanya ay 3. So multiply both numerator and denominator. Ayan. So, nag-flashback tayo sa lesson ng elementary noon, no? Writing equivalent fractions. Ayan. Kasi ina-anticipate ko na may magtatanong, ma'am, saan po nang galing yung 3/6 tsaka 2/6? Ayan. So, para masagot na natin agad, atin niyang kinuha sa equivalent fraction ng 1/2. Ang equivalent fraction ng 1/2 ay 3/6. Ang equivalent fraction naman ng 1/3 ay 2/6. Ayan. So, meron pa mga nagpapa-shoutout dito. So, welcome kay Marvic Agustin. Sila ay mga lagi nating nakakasama from, again, Etchague West District. At kasama na rin si John Albert Dakuray Tamani. Ayan. So, I hope marami kayong matututunan ng mga taga Etchague West District, Doña Magdalena H. Gafford High School. Okay. So, para masulat natin sila into a single radical, so pwedeng ihiwalay muna natin yung mga numerator, no, para madali nating makita na parehas na sila ngayon na kailangang isulat sa radical na 6th power. So, ibig sabihin, we have written them as exponentially as an expression na may 1/6 on sa labas, no? Applying, ang tawag natin dyan again, lesson yan ng grade 7, power of powers. So, we can easily see na parehas na silang naka 1/6 sa labas. So, pwede na silang isulat as a single radical because that was our step 3 kanina, di ba? So, ang ating step 3 kanina, kung maalala nyo, rewrite the product as a single radical. So, after na similar fractions na sila, pwede mo nang i-rewrite sila as a single radical. So, how are we going to do that? So, kailangan lang nating, okay, so i-bring down natin yung mga nasa parenthesis, they will be the radicand. So, 2 cubed at saka 4 squared. So, bakit naging, so you may be asking, no? Bakit naging 6th root? Kasi again, ang ating ibig sabihin ng 6th root ay raised to 1/6. Okay? So, yun ang ating product ng index kanina, yung 2 at saka 3. So, kaya yun din ang kailangan nating maging bagong index ngayon. So, 6th root of 2 cubed times 4 squared. Or, okay, since we are tasked sa final step to simplify, kailangan nating pagparehasin yung base ng ating mga power. This is a power of 2. Ito ay naka-power of 4. So, pwede rin natin kasing i-rename ang 4 as a power of 2. So, ang 4 squared or 16, kung maalala ninyo sa ni-review natin kanina, ang 16 ay hindi lang 4 times 4. No? Nung inisa-isa ko siya, I hope naalala ninyo na it's also equal to 2 raised to 4. So, kaya natin siya isinulat further as the 6th root of 2, the product of 2 cubed and 2 raised to 4. Which will give us, applying, so para na tayo ngayong nagmumultiply ng radicals with the same index, ang index na natin ay 6. So, pwede na siyang isulat as 2 raised to 7. Okay? 6th root of 2 raised to 7. And the final step, sabi natin, is to simplify, in this case, by reducing the radicand. So, ang ating final step ay kailangan nating pag-splitin this time ang 2 raised to 7 as 2 raised to 6. Okay, so ang 6th root, allow me to write a scratch here. So ang 6th root ng 2 raised to 7 has to be, applying the product rule. So paghihiwalay na natin uli. So, bakit ganun? Pinagsama, tapos paghihiwalayin din po, teacher. Hindi. Kasi kailangan nating i-apply yung pagsisimplify, no? Kasi kung ganito siya, masyadong malaki pa rin yung 2 raised to 7, so that we can simplify further, pwede nating gawin na pagparehas yung index sa yung exponent para ma-simplify. And then we can remove it from the radical sign, and we will now have 2 6 root of 2. And that is our final answer here. Okay? So napakasimple nung tanong, square root of 2 times cube root of 4. Ayan. Pero na-reach naman natin. So, gano'n naman sa math, no? Laging meron tayong mararating na final destination. So, ang final solution natin ay 2, 6 root of 2. Ayan. So, paano naman yung case tutor kapag may variable? So, kasi may mga example din tayo in the past na may variable. So, let us have our second example. This time, again, from the module ko po ito kinuha. So, we're given 5. So, may coefficient na 5 times the radical expression cube root of a squared times the other factor is 7 fifth root of a raised to 6. Okay, so meron ng coefficient sa labas, meron pang mga exponent yung ating variable. So how are we going to deal with it? So mapapansin nyo, kailangan pa rin nating i-perform yung mga steps na binanggit ko kasi ang ating given ay cube root tsaka fifth root. So magkaiba uli yung index. Ang index nito ay 3, ang index niyan ay 5. So definitely, kailangan natin siya munang i-change into an expression involving fractional exponent. At ayan po siya. Ayan, nakita nyo sa screen, di ba? So, ang tamang equivalent po ng 5 times the cube root of a squared is 5, open parenthesis. So, we are implying na yung a lang yung naka-raise sa 2/3. Okay? Tapos, times 7, na open parenthesis uli for the variable, ang a lang ang naka-raise sa 6/5. So, improper fraction ng ating given dito. Ayan. So, medyo complicated, pero as what we said, marireach pa rin natin yung ating destination sa dulo. Ayan. So, tsagain lang po natin, no? So, this is now to be expressed yung 2/3 saka 6/5, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina sa 1/2 at saka 1/3, nirename natin yun, di ba? So, ganun din yung gagawin natin sa 2/3 saka 6/5. So, ang ating LCD ng 2/3 at 6/5 ay 15. So, pwede natin itong ibig sabihin, i-times sa 5 over 5. Okay? Yung isa naman na 6/5 ay ita-times natin din sa number, this time, para maging 15 siya, sa 3 over 3. And again, ang shortcut nga natin doon, di ba, yung tinuturo ko, sabi ng teacher, 6 times 3, as long as relatively prime yung mga denominators, that only works for that. So, 18 over 15, ang equivalent fraction ng 6/5, while ito naman ay 10 over 15. So, ayan, naka-equivalent fraction na yung 2/3, 10 over 15, yung 6/5 ay 18 over 15. Ayan. So, ano po yung susunod na gagawin natin? Yan. Take note na rename lang natin yung 2/3 as 10 over 15. The exponent is now 10 over 15 for 2/3, and for 6/5, it is 18 over 15. Ayan. So, may mga nagbabati pa ba? So, I hope nakikinig pa rin po ang ating mga math terrific cuties. Ayan. So, ngayon na parehas na sila. Okay, gawin natin yung power of powers para 1 over 15 na lang yung matitira. So, ibig sabihin, ang a sa loob ay re-raise sa 10 sa unang factor, samantalang yung may 7 naman, ang a doon ay i-raise sa 18. Ayan. So, we now have 5 times the exponential form a raised to 10, close parenthesis, 1 over 15 times 7, okay, quantity of a raised to 18 raised to the exponent also 1 over 15. Ngayon na parehas na sila na naka 1 over 15, ano na ang susunod nating gagawin? Okay, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, balikan natin yung ating example, di ba? Dahil 6 na parehas yung denominator, no, sinulat lang natin into a single radical. Okay? So, yun din ang ating gagawin dito. Ibabalik natin sa slide na yun. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, we now have the 5 times 7. No, yun lang yung medyo kailangan nating initially gawin, i-multiply natin yung coefficients na 5 and 7. So we will have 35. Okay? And then that's the time na ipagsasama na natin yung mga naka-raise sa 1 over 15. Okay? So we now have 35 times the 15th root of a raised to 10. Okay? Kasi nga 10 yung exponent ng isa, times, ang isa pang radicand ay a raised to 18. So, we have written them as a single radical. And finally, ayan, so meron na tayong 35 times the 15th root of a raised to 28. So, product property or product rule for exponent, integral exponent. So, pinag-add lang natin yung 10 tsaka 18. And then, again, kailangan nating i-reduce yung index, rather i-reduce yung radicand. So, kailangan nating i-split yung 28. Okay, ilan ang sobra ng 28 sa 15, no? It is equal to 13. So, ipag-i-split natin ngayon yung 28 as 15 and 13. Okay, so therefore, our final answer is 35a times the 15th root of a raised to 13. Ayan. So again, let me read the answer. The final answer is 35a. So yung na-extract natin na may 15th root, a raised to 15. So 35a times the 15th root of a raised to 13. Yan po ang ating final answer sa number 2. Okay, let's go now to our next topic. So pagkatapos ng multiplication of radicals with different indices, pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa division of radicals. Ayan. So, welcome po sa mga nakakasama natin. So, meron din tayo from 9 Falcon. Siya ay taga Aurora Isabela. Ayan. So, Aurora Isabela naman si Roslyn Asuncion. Ayan. So, ating example sa division. So, kung meron tayong product rule na binabalikan for radicals, dito naman sa division of radicals, ang babalikan natin ay yung quotient rule. So, quotient rule for radicals. Okay, so sa ating example number 1, okay, so meron tayong square root of 6x divided by square root of 3x. So, balikan natin ano ba ang sinasabi ng quotient rule for radicals. So, if you're given, this is symmetric, of course, pwedeng kung magkahiwalay sila, okay, yung bawat numerator, yung nasa taas, okay, or pwede rin natin sabihin na yung dividend at saka yung divisor ay magkahiwalay na nilagyan ng square root. So, according to our property, pwede siyang pagsamahin. Okay? So, ang rule natin dyan, in other words, if you're given nth root of A over nth root of B, pwede mo i-express as single fraction yan. Yan yung law of radicals na pinag-usapan natin nung week 5 bago nagbakasyon. Ayan. Or vice versa, no? This is, of course, sabi ko nga pwedeng it works both ways. So, pwedeng ang given ay nth root of the fraction A over B, pwede mong paghiwalayin yung A over B as nth root of A times the nth root of B. Okay, so yan ang ating rather quotient property na binalikan. Okay? So, burahin ko lang yung para hindi makagulo. And so, nandiyan pa ba kayo? Bukod sa mga taga Isabela at taga Etchage. Ayan. So, una muna sinulat natin siya ng nakaganong form, no? Yung square root of 6x over square root of 3x, and then we apply the property na dinescribe ko na pagsasamahin. Ayan. And then, bakit natin kailangan pagsamahin? Kasi in that case, makita natin na yung variable na x ay parehas na nandoon sa numerator at saka sa denominator or sa dividend. So, in the case of division, ang tawag natin dito ay dividend tsaka divisor. So, we can now divide that out. Okay? So, ano matitira? Yung 6 divided by 3. But, wait, there's more. Pwede pang isimplify ang square root of 6, no, of the quotients of 6 and 3 as 2. So, therefore, the final answer is, okay, ano ang magiging final answer natin? Ayan, square root of 2. So, in the case of our example 1, hindi na tayo nag-rationalize. So, ang final answer na agad ay nakuha after dividing 6x by 3x because the quotient is a whole number. So the answer is 2 pag dinivide ang 6x at 3x. Pero paano yung case kapag, okay, tingnan natin yung ating next example. Meron tayong cube root, no? Paano yung case na ganito? Meron tayong cube root of 18y squared divided by cube root of 12y. Sige nga, ano ang quotient, no? Sa ating tanungin ng ating mga active participants, online participants, no? Ano ang gagawin natin ngayon, no? Sa ating given na cube root of 18y squared as the dividend divided by the divisor is also cube root of 12y. So, take note, ang ating ina-apply uli dito ay the quotient rule for radicals. So, kailangan nating pagsamahin. So, pag pinagsama na yung dividend at divisor sa isang single radical sign, ano na ang magiging quotient? Ayan. Aantayin ko po yung sagot ninyo, mga kasama po namin dyan. Ayan. Okay. So, mukhang pinag-iisipan talaga nila. So, tingnan na natin. Pag pinagsama, para makita ninyo, pag pinagsama sila under a single radical, it will be now cube root of 18y squared over 12y. The quantity 18y squared is divided by 12y at siya yung radicand ng ating given. At pwede nating isimplify yan. We know na ang 18y squared at saka 12y, yung sa numbers, divisible, so pwedeng i-simplify. So ayan, yan ay magiging simplified form. So unlike our first example, ang number 2, yun yung sinasabi ko, paano yung case kapag hindi integer yung sagot or meron kang fraction sa loob ng radical sign. So dito na ngayon pumapasok yung rationalizing the denominator. For us to rationalize, no, yung cube root, okay, paghihiwalayin uli natin, ganun talaga sa math eh. Okay, so kailangan, pagkatapos na pagsamahin, as the quotient is 3y over 2, dahil kailangan nating i-rationalize, okay, paghihiwalayin natin yan. So, ano ang kailangang i-multiply sa cube root of 2 to rationalize it? So, kailangan maging perfect cube yung 2. So, kung 2 lang, cube root of 2 lang, magiging cube root of 4. So, kulang. So, ibig sabihin, ang ipang-multiply natin ay cube root of 4. Para maging, no, pag multiply kasi natin yan, both numerator and denominator, by cube root of 4. Ayan, so 4 over 4 yan pareha. So, ibig sabihin nun, magiging 8 to. And may eksaktong cube root ang 8. So, yun yung gagawin natin dito. No, multiply both cube root of 3y and cube root of 2 by cube root of 4. And finally, pagka nagawa mo na yon, okay, so kasi same naman sila ng no, multiplication lang. No, recall yung lesson nyo last week, multiplication of radicals with the same index. So we have 12y sa numerator. So cube root of 12y over cube root of 8. At may eksaktong cube root ang 8. Ano ang cube root ng 8? Okay. So, very good. So, ang cube root ng 8 ay 2. So, ang final answer ay iyan. Nakikita nyo na po sa screen. Cube root of 12y over 2. Okay. So, yan yung final answer. Hindi tayo nag-stop dito sa or na to. Kailangan nating i-rationalize, and the rationalized form of cube root of the fraction 3y over 2 is that. Okay. Ayan. So, yan na po yung second to the last example natin. Meron kasing case naman, paano, meron doon sa module, paano pag ang divisor is a binomial. If the divisor is a binomial, ito po yung kailangan natin gawin. Okay, so kung maalala ninyo, nag-lesson kayo ng multiplication of binomial to binomial. So magagamit natin yun sa ating lesson ngayon na division of radicals when the divisor is a binomial. Ayan. So una, kagaya ng ginagawa natin in the past, isusulat lang natin siya in its other form, which is 2 over, okay, so nasa ilalim yung divisor, 5 plus square root of 2. Remember na ang ating divisor ay binomial. So, kailangan natin siyang i-conjugate. Ang conjugate ng 5 plus square root of 2 ay 5 minus square root of 2. So, yun yung ating kailangan tandaan. No? So, ayan, hindi nag-appear yun sa ating ano, na kailangan nating i-rewrite in fraction form and multiply both dividend and divisor by the conjugate of 5 plus square root of 2. So, ang conjugate po, parang ang form lang yun. Kung plus yung divisor mo na binomial, dapat ang ipang-multiply mo ay minus. Okay? So, kung halimbawa naman, yung case ay 2 divided by 5 minus square root of 2. Ang conjugate nun ay 5 plus square root of 2. And of course, simplify. So, dito, sa ating, bago ko napakita yung last step na yon, so, i-distribute lang natin. Monomial, multiplication of monomial to binomial. So, apply the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So, magiging 10 minus 2 square root of 2 for the numerator. And then, for the denominator, dahil ito ay of the form, so nasa review nyo yan ng multiplication, di ba? Of the form of a plus b and a minus b. So, ang product niyan ay equal sa the difference of two squares. So, in other words, napakadali lang i-multiply yung ating mga denominators. So, just square 5 and the answer is 25 minus the square of square root of 2. The square of square root of 2 is just, or rather, sinimplify siya, square root of 4, the answer is 2. So, finally, ito na po ang ating magiging final answer kasi wala nang pwedeng lowest term, no? Kasi yung 10 ay hindi naman divisible sa 23. Okay? So, 10 minus 2 square root of 2 over, so simplify natin yung 25 minus 2 as 23. Ayan. So, ayan po ang final answer sa ating example number 3. Okay. So, good day. Ayan si Kuya Jazz kasama natin. I hope siya ay nagsishare na sa mga estudyante kung si Sir ay teacher or tutor din. So, I hope you're sharing this live, sir, sa ating FB sa DepEd Itulay. Ayan. So, welcome din kay Glyza May Magaway. Good afternoon po. Siya ay from Alibadbad. Alibadabad. Okay. Tongue twister yung school nyo na. Glyza, Alibadabad National High School. Siya ay sa grade 9 Aristotle. Ayan. Ang mga pangalan talaga ng section ay either mga scientist or yung ating mga constellations. No? Ayan. So, skip na natin itong learning task na to na kinuha ko sa module. Let's proceed to the radical equations. Ayan. Napakasimple lang ng radical equation kung maalala ninyo. Nung nagle-lesson tayo ng first quarter, sa last part ng quadratic equation, nag-discuss tayo doon ng mga example ng equations transformable to quadratic equation. And actually, ang radical equation, no, some of them can be transformable to quadratic equation. So may background na kayo na paano nagdi-deal with radical equation. Okay, so a radical equation is defined as an equation whose unknown is within a radical symbol. So what are our examples of this? Okay, ayan. So lahat ng yan, okay, ang basa dyan, square root of x minus 4 is equal to 5. That is a radical equation. Same with 2 square root of x. So, kahit monomial ito, basta yung variable nakita natin, no, ang importante yung variable ay nakasama doon sa radical sign. Okay, so these are all classified as a radical equation. So, hindi matatawag na radical equation yung ganito, no? So, hindi nyo sasabihin na ang variable ay nasa labas kasi in this case, eh. Okay, sambawa, yan, 4 square root of 2. So, hindi natin tatawagin na radical equation yan. So, kailangan ang unknown ang nasa loob ng radical symbol. Ayan, very strict yung definition. And of course, we're assuming here na kung square root siya, ang permissible value for x dito ay mga positive numbers lang. Ayan. So, ang shortcut pala ng pangalan full nila, Aryan at ni Glyza ay ANHS. So, welcome sa mga nakakasama natin. At binabati niya ang kanyang kasama rin, I think teacher niya, si Ma'am Adjelu Purificacion. Hi, Aryan. Salamat sa pagbibigay sa akin ng trivia para hindi na ako magkaroon ng difficulty. ANHS. Ayun. So, ang atin na ngayong steps to be followed, so kagaya ng lesson natin kanina no, sa multiplication, kailangan meron tayong pina-follow na step. At nasa module ito. We need to first isolate the radical and then apply the principle of powers. Mamaya babanggitin ko ano bang ibig sabihin ng principle of powers. And pagka na-apply mo na yung principle of powers, of course, madali nang isolve yung resulting equation. At syempre, yun yung sinasabi ko, kung pwedeng i-simplify, you need to simplify. If there's still a radical, uulitin mo yung principle of powers, and then that's the time that you can arrive the answer. And of course, you have to check your equation for extraneous roots. So kung maalala ninyo, kaya binanggit ko yung quadratic equation, nagkaroon tayo ng mga equations transformable to quadratic equation na merong extraneous solutions or extraneous roots. So just like here in this lesson, we need to do that. Okay, so let's try to define. Ayan, ano ba ang principle of powers? Okay. So, ang pinakasimpleng interpretation lang natin dyan, kung halimbawa, meron kang A is equal to B na equation. So, applying the principle of powers, pwede mong erase both sides of your equation to a power, as long as they're the same, no? N yung nakita natin. Para makatulong yon in isolating the variable, or in this case, in removing the radical sign. Ayan. So, yan yung principle of powers. And we will be showing how is that applied sa ating mga susunod na examples. Ayan. So, siguro one example, okay, will do. Doon tayo sa merong extraneous. Okay? So, paano ba yung magkakaroon tayo ng extraneous solution? Ayan. Dito tayo sa number 2. So, we're given as our example here. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong, ayan. Okay, nakikita ko na agad na ito ay transformable to quadratic equation. So, titingnan natin. Kaya ko siya napili kasi siya yung mag-a-allow talaga sa atin to check kung meron ba talagang extraneous roots or wala. So, we are given here as our second example, square root of 7x plus 2. Okay, that's one expression. Yung radical expression ay square root of 7x plus 2 minus 2x equals 0. Okay, so ano ang ating unang gagawin? So, i-isolate natin yung term na merong radical. So, ibig sabihin, we need to add 2x to both sides. Okay? So, simple manipulation. So, magiging square root of 7x plus 2 is equal to 2x by APE. And then, ayan. So, i-apply na natin yung principle of powers. So, kung ito ay equal, itong radical expression na to equal sa 2x, pwede mo silang erase both sa 2 para maka-aid sa pag-isolate nga ng variable. Okay? So, squaring both sides, okay, or applying the principle of powers para matanggal yung square root, we now have 7x plus 2 is equal to 4x squared. And this is an equation na sinabi ko kanina, transformable to a quadratic equation. And we know how to deal with equations that are transformable to a quadratic equation. So, pa-factor natin yan. Kung factorable, at na-preempt ko yan dito, ayan, para makita nyo na rin na factorable pala ang 4x squared minus 7x minus 2. So, teacher, bakit po, or tutor Janet, bakit po naging ganyan? Kasi, una muna natin ginawa bago tayo nag-symmetric property, we write it in the standard form, 0 is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. That is how we would normally solve equations na ganitong form, if you remember. Kailangan naka-standard form para madali nating ma-factor. Ayan. And then, you can write it back dun sa, mas sanay tayo nakita yung lahat ng terms ay nasa left at 0 yung nasa naka-isolate sa right. So, we just apply symmetric property. We have 4x squared minus 7x minus 2 equals 0. At ang factors nga niyan ay pinakita ko na 4x plus 1. Okay, so kailangan nating i-factor kasi to. Yan. 4x at saka x ang factor na gagamitin natin for 4x squared. Tapos ang 2 prime number naman siya, so kailangan lang 2 and 1. So, proper placement would mean na para maging 8 minus 1, yan. So, kaya yan po ang ating factors. 4x plus 1 and x minus 2. Therefore, pwede na natin kunin yung dalawang possible. So, again, I will repeat, these are just possible answers. X equals negative 1/4 by simple manipulation, no? Divide both side by 4, tapos magiging equals negative 1 over 4 din. Kaya x equals negative 1/4 yung una, at yung isa ay x equals 2. And then we need to check. Okay, so ito yung pinaka-importante sa radical equations. So, kailangan lagi natin chine-check kung merong extraneous root. Yung bang negative 1/4, pasok sa banga, or pag sinabi pasok sa banga, siya ba ay magsasatisfy doon sa ating given na equation, or yung x equals 2 lang. So let's check for x equals negative 1/4. No? Plug in natin. So 7 times negative 1/4 plus 2, ang nasa loob ng radical sign, minus, remember this is negative, kaya minus 2 times negative 1/4 equals, bring down 0. Okay? Ayan. So nag-skip. Ayan po. Tapos, going back, simplify ko na siya. Negative 7/4 plus 2. And then, of course, negative times negative is positive. So, magiging 2 times 1/4 na, and 2 times 1/4 is 1/2. So, we have square root of 1/4 plus, so bring down natin yung plus 1/2. So, alam natin na ang 1/2, pag inad mo sa 1/2, hindi naman 0 yung sagot. No? Kasi ito ay minus eh. So, nung sinimplify natin, kaya naging positive. Negative times negative is positive. Kaya plus 1/2 to. And we know that 1/2 plus 1/2 is not equal to 0. So, that is why this is an extraneous solution. Okay. So, ganun din sa 2. Check din. And you will notice, by plugging in 2 this time, magiging siyang equal to 0 na. So, square root of 16, 14 plus 2 kasi is 16, minus 4, positive 2 times 2 is 4. So, minus 4 is equal to 0. And we know that square root of 16 is 4. And 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, check siya. So, kaya importante na chine-check natin ang ating radical equations. Ayan. So, ngayon po, makakapagsagot na tayo ng assessment. Siguro let's devote about, mabilisan lang po, madadali lang kasi mga nasa module na assessment for radical equation, tsaka yung latter part ng operation. So let us just try this. So you are asked to get the product of 5 square root of 2 plus 4 and 5 square root of 2 minus 4. So take note, kailangan nating i-recall uli yung formula natin kanina. Okay? So, pag meron kang conjugate, these are conjugates, all you need to apply is a plus b times a minus b. No? The product of the sum and difference of two terms is the difference of squares. So, applying that, what is the product of these two radicals, the binomial radicals? Is it negative 34? So, A kung negative 34, B, 34, C, 26, or D, negative 26. Ayan. So, ano ang ating magiging sagot sa number 1? Again, kagaya ng lagi nating instruction, pag magsasagot ng assessment at multiple choice, paki-sulat. So, kung number 1, so let's just have a dry run of mga 5 items lang naman to. Ayan. So, lagyan nyo ng 1, kung ang sinasagot niya ay 1, 2, sa mga susunod, 3, 4, and 5. Ayan. So, habang inaantay natin yung sagot, last shout out na lang from Echage, West District, Doña Magdalena H. Gafud High School. Siya naman ay taga 9 Aris. Ayan. Si Dayan Ancheta. Ayan. So, Dayan, magsagot tayo na. So, ano ang final answer pag in-apply natin yung difference of two squares for the product of 5 square root of 2 plus 4 and 5 square root of 2 minus 4? Is it negative 34, positive 34, 26, or negative 26? Ayan. So, antayin natin for, siguro kahit nag-iisip talaga ang ating mga math terrific cuties kung ano nga ba ang kanilang gagawin dito. So, let me just guide you bakit ang mga choices ay ganito. So, ang gagawin kasi natin ay ita-times natin yung 5 sa 5, yung square root of 2 sa square root of 2. So, as if you're squaring it. Ayan. So, 5 square is 25, square root of 2 square is 2. So, pag minultiply ang 25 at saka 2, of course, the answer is 50. And then, we have to square also 4. Ayan po. Kaya, ito ay magiging 25 times 2 minus 16. And 25 times 2 is 50. 50 minus 16. So, our answer here is letter B. Sa number 1, ang tamang sagot po ay letter B. Ayan. Okay? So, dito, ganun din. No, pag minultiply natin ang sagot po dito, monomial nga lang siya, no? But still, we need to apply multiplication of radicals. So, yung 50 at saka yung 8, magpo-form siya ng perfect square. 50 times 8 is 400. So, that is a perfect square. So, what is the square root of 400? And then, you multiply it dun sa mga coefficients na nasa labas. So, ang tamang sagot dito po ay, ayan, hintayin pa rin natin. Let's give them, baka nag-iisip pa ang ating mga, participants. I hope. Okay. So, ayun, ulitin ko ha. Pag-multiply yung 2 and 3, tapos pag-multiply yung irrational part sa irrational part, and extract. Kasi in this case, extractable yung square root ng 50 times 8. And of course, the answer will be, okay, so I'll be showing the answer. Ayan. Letter B po ang sagot natin sa number 2. Okay. So, eto, dito tayo sa a cubic, merong tayong something to be cubed. So, hindi cubic pala. Ang tawag natin dito ay cube root of x plus 1 is equal to 3. So, what will be the solution to the equation cube root of x plus 1 is equal to 3? Is it A, 23, B, 26, C, 27, or D, 29? Some students, pwede nilang tingnan lang yan, nakukuha nila talaga. Ano ang kailangan kong i-add sa 1 para maging perfect cube siya? And in fact, ang cube root niya ay 3. So, ano ba ang sagot? Is it 23, 26, 27, or 29? Okay, so, pero, syempre, ang ating tinuturo dito ay hindi naman yung checking. So, apply natin yung power. Okay, principle of powers. So, whatever you raise to cube root of the quantity x plus 1, yun din ang ipang-raise mo dito. Okay, so that's why you're looking for the value of x here. Yan, so that's not an issue na cube root siya, no? Kasi isa lang naman ang cube root ng number na yan. Kung positive yung nasa loob, positive yung cube root niya. So, therefore, we just have one value here that we're looking for. And the answer is, okay, so x plus 1, so matatanggal po yun yung purpose ng principle of powers dito. We will remove the radical sign. It will be divided out. Yung 1/3 tsaka 3 kasi ay multiplicative inverse. So, ang matitira na lang ay yung radicand na x plus 1. And of course, 3 will be raised to 3, kaya 27. So, the correct answer, of course, by manipulating, again, our simple linear equation is letter B. So, ang tamang sagot po sa number 4 ay letter B. Ayan. So, mukhang delayed ang ating nakikita nila, no? Kasi bumabati pa rin sila. Ayan. Ayan na lang po. Again, iniimbitahan po namin kayo sa week 8. Samahan niyo po kami. Hopefully, meron pa rin po tayong week 8. At magkakasama na kami ng ating Math Diwata tutor, Tutor Angenique. Para po sa ating bagong tahanan, tayo po ay nasa DepEd Itulay FB page na. At mapapanood nyo rin po kami sa DepEd EdTech YouTube channel at DepEd Philippines YouTube channel. So maraming salamat po. At up next na po ang ating mga tutor sa Math 10, si Tutor King at si Tutor Ruel, kasama ang aming program head na si Math Bay Tutor, Tutor Avhil. Maraming salamat po.